Hey guys, welcome. I'm going to be replacing a front speaker in a 2012 Prius. Sorry for the jittery camera here. So these are the tools. I just got finished doing the driver's side, doing a little experimentation. So these are the tools basically I'm going to be using. Don't really actually need the flashlight or the power drill, but they did come in handy. Phillips screwdriver, and this little booger right here to go ahead and help get the panel off a little bit, get it started to come off. And then I used, I'm not sure what this is called, but I'm going to use this a little later and I'll show you where and how, so you do not have to have spacers. We're going to use the current spacer that is in the door panel itself, holding the current 6x9 in. These speakers, the other one's already installed. Just got these off Amazon for $39 for the pair. Pretty good price, I think. So I'm going to put it on pause. There's a lot of videos out there on how to get the door panel off, so I'll be back with you guys here in just a couple of moments with the door panel off, and we will go from there. All right, guys, the door panel is off. Takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Each side's a little different, not too different. There's just an extra couple of connectors on the passenger side. So here is the actual 6x9. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to rip this bad boy out of here. Sorry again for the camera, but we're going to rip all of the foam. We're going to rip all this thing out. Okay, be sure not to cut, because I reused these two wires right here and actually soldered those onto the back side of the speaker over here. So that way you can use the factory connector that's right there, and just less crimping, less extra wires being added. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Then I'm going to use this tool right here, and then first I'm going to go ahead and just cut this basket out. I'll do one little part right here. It is rather noisy. I'm going to put some earplugs in just to protect my ears a little bit, but this is how this thing works. It just turns it on. It just eats through that plastic really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these brackets out of here and then pull this basket out, and I'll be back with y'all in just a moment. Okay, so I've got the basket completely loose. Now I've got to use both hands here, but I'm going to get these wires free so I can try to have as much as possible, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, I was actually able to just sort of pull them up. Sorry, it's focusing on my hand, but I was able to just pull them up through there, and now the basket is pretty much free. This is the old speaker itself with a tiny magnet. Throwing that aside. Okay, so get these wires out of the way, and what we're going to do next, I'm going to use this tool again, and what I'm going to do is use this as a guide, and I'm going to cut this whole lip right off right here, all the way around, and make it flush. All right, I'll be back with you guys here in just a couple of moments, and we'll move forward. Okay guys, so now I got that lip completely off. Sorry, someone's mowing in the background over here. So basically I've got that piece completely off now. So the next thing I'm going to do is, if you look closely, you can see there's a little bit of a gap. There's an actual piece right on this inside. So I'm going to use this same tool, and I'm going to go all the way around just this right here, so the speaker then can recess into that. Again, here's our wires. So give me just a couple more moments and I'll be right back with you. All right, I've been breaking some of this off already. As you can see, it just sort of breaks off. There is some extra little pieces in here that you're going to want to use this tool just to sort of get in there and get that a little bit further back, because you want the speaker to sit as flush as possible. I'll use the same tool to go around and clean up all of this little melted plastic, because all this thing does is just vibrates at a real high speed, and it just cuts and melts that plastic like butter. I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alright, we've got her all cleaned up for the most part. I'm going to grab my speaker here. Like I said, I got those wires coming down, so I'll be able to solder those directly onto there. And the speaker, you have to do a little extra trimming depending on how good you did. And pretty much she sits pretty darn flush. Those aren't screwed in, so it'll flushen up some more, keep it a little more airtight. But so basically all I'm gonna do now, and unfortunately I don't have an assistant here, so pardon. So I'm gonna get these wires and I'm gonna poke them through the holes and then solder them down. I'll be back with you guys in just a couple of moments. One little quick show. So what I'm using right now, where's my box? Here they are. So I'm basically using these screws right here to mount the speaker. So it's the gray ones in there, not the other ones that I got all mixed up in there. Don't know who does that kind of stuff, but here we are. So that's the screw, and basically it goes right into the plastic. So I've got only one in there right now, so I have room to get my solder and iron in there and get these wires a little shorter so they don't short out. And I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Alrighty, well here we are. So I've already got those wires soldered on, and like I said, this thing fits pretty darn flush. Let me turn that off. I just wanted to make sure it was working. Didn't want any copyright issues. But I'm just going to snug these screws down. I started them with the drill. It just makes it a lot easier, and you're just drilling into plastic. There's no metal there, so you don't need metal screws. I tried to make sure when I was positioning everything to make sure not to hit any of these little things so it kick the screw off one way or the other and cause me any issues with mounting. Now this one down here is off a little bit, but again I'm going to snug her down, and that lip or that gap is filling in. If you wanted to get a little anal and put some silicone right in there to keep it airtight, but you know, I'm not going for super high-end bass or anything crazy like that. If you want to do that, get a subwoofer. But you know, you can do whatever you want to do. If you have little Dynamats you want to throw back there, because there is just a metal piece of sheet metal back there, the other side or the outside skin of the door. So once again, she is done. I'm just going back around and snugging them all back in and making sure it is all the way down. And believe it or not, the door panel fits. I'll show you the other side that's already done. And the clips and everything fit just perfectly. It's not bulging out that I can tell. And like I said, it's just a great update or upgrade from the factory speakers. One of mine was rattling, just driving me crazy. So again, I didn't go with a three-way or a four-way because we've already got the tweeters and the dash up here, and I didn't want it to get too bright in here with extra tweeters. So that's why I went with just the dual speaker. If I could have found one that was a name brand that was just a woofer, but for $39, $42 shipped to my house. And that is it, guys. I hope this helps some of you guys out. And gals, sorry, I've been saying guys all the time, but hope this helps y'all all out, and enjoy the Prius. Talk to y'all later. All right, I've had these in the car for about 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to tell you, these sound so much better than the factory speakers. Now, mine were on their last leg to some degree, but I don't ever remember this car, and we've owned this 2012 Prius since it was brand new. The sound stage is a little messed up due to the extra tweeters down there, but again, for $39 on Amazon, these are some awesome front door speakers. Good luck, guys and gals. Catch you later.